We now turn to the graduation address, and I call upon the Principal of St Mary's College, the Very Reverend Professor Ian Bradley.
Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, hearty congratulations to all of you who have graduated today and to your parents and supporters. And congratulations too to those who've organized today's ceremony. We've just given honorary degrees to Donna James and Aileen Colford, who between them have been responsible for 81 years of service in organizing these graduations, not individually, I hasten to say. And there must have been some trepidation, perhaps, that with their departure, things might start falling apart. But no, everything has run superbly smoothly, perhaps not least thanks to the reappearance in our midst of a certain Mr. Jardine. But it's a tribute both to their very thorough briefing of those who've stepped into their shoes and to the dedication of their successors that this has been such splendidly organized graduation. And while we're in our 80s, as it were, I hope I may be allowed, and I do have his permission to do so, to single out for mention the last student who crossed the stage this afternoon. David Weeks, whom I had the honor of supervising for his doctorate on John Buchan, is 83 years young. And it puts him, I may say, 56 years ahead of the average age of graduates at this ceremony, and the first octogenarian St Andrews PhD graduate for 10 years. And his success shows that just as it's never too late to fall in love or to bill and coo, come to that, it's never too late to embark on a St Andrews degree. So nonagerians, let's be having you. It's customary for those delivering these addresses to offer words of wisdom which will guide you into the big bad world that awaits you outside the St Andrews bubble, or more realistically, perhaps stay with you as far as the graduation reception that awaits, and I imagine you're all desperate to get to. Now, nearly everyone in this hall has graduated in management or business, and I would not presume to offer any words of wisdom to you. Like most academics, I wouldn't be able to manage a fish chop, let alone the proverbial you-know-what in the brewery. So for inspiration, I find myself reflecting on the many occasions that I've stood on this stage over the nearly 20 years that I've been privileged enough to be an academic at this great university. Over that time, I've given 2 graduation addresses, 3 laureations to honorary graduates, orated goodness knows how many Latin prayers and benedictions, and sat through, I reckon, nearly 200 graduation ceremonies. And I've also performed on this stage in a rather different capacity in numerous shows and concerts by the university's Gilbert and Sullivan Society. So I hope you'll allow me to take my words of wisdom to you from Gilbert and Sullivan this afternoon, and specifically first from The Gondoliers, which was our society's production this semester, and some of you may have seen it. They come from a song in the middle of the opera when things have got rather complicated, and they sum up Gilbert and Sullivan's own philosophy of life, I think. Try we lifelong, we can never straighten out life's tangled skein. Why should we in vain endeavor guess and guess and guess again? Life's a pudding full of plums, care's a canker that benumbs. Wherefore waste our elocution on impossible solution? Life's a pleasant institution. Let us take it as it comes. And that strikes me as not a bad maxim to take out from here to the graduation reception, or even into the big bad world. Life's a pleasant institution. Let us take it as it comes. And still with Gilbert and Sullivan, and with the Vice-Chancellor's permission, for which I'm very grateful, I'd like to conclude this ceremony in song, one in which I hope and indeed expect you to join in. It's my own reworking of a number which I have sung very many times on this stage over the last 20 years. It's the policeman's song from the Pirates of Penzance, a staple of our lunchtime concerts. I would normally be donning a policeman's helmet, and by a rather curious coincidence, the two of us who were inducted as professors of theology this afternoon both possess, we must be the only people in St Andrews, probably in Scotland, both possess Thames Valley police constables' helmets, which we keep in our studies. Mine for G&S purposes. I'm not quite sure what Professor Wolf's is for. But I won't be putting my policeman's helmet on or pulling out my truncheon, but I don't need them because the subject is you, the parents and the supporters, and principally yourselves, the students. I hope you recognize yourselves in these words, and I hope you join in by repeating the last phrase, usually the last 4 syllables of every line, sometimes the last 3 syllables, but you're all management or business students, so you know exactly what to do. At the end of the first line, you will sing after me graduation, and at the second, mums and dads. So here goes. A graduation ditty dedicated to all of you. At the end of a St. Andrews graduation, there is many a very happy mum and dad. Excellent. Reflecting on their children's education. The very best they ever could have had. No matter that their loans are astronomical. No matter that the kids are coming back. The St. Andrews experience is phenomenal. And it's put them without doubt on the right track. The right track. Oh, when the graduation business has been done. The parents' lot's a very happy one. Excellent. Last verse coming up. Bit more volume. Good on the left side, bit more from the right, and a bit more from behind me. Now our students, as we know, are always studying. Excellent. In libraries and laboratories non-stop. Non-stop. Well done. This is for the scientists. And their precious brains they never have been muddling. In the Central or at Aikman's or the Bop. For St. Andrews folk are never known to party. They believe in lots of work and not in fun. For some a little sport or something arty. A student's lot's a very serious one. Oh, with graduation business to be done. A student's lot's a very serious one. So now the graduation is over, St. Andrews graduates abandon that seriousness that has characterized you throughout your days here. Join your parents and supporters, so go out and have lots and lots of fun. Thank you.
Going to invite him right back on the stage. Please stand for the benediction.
Gratia Domini nostri Jesu Christi, et caritas Dei, et communicatio Spiritus Sancti, sit cum omnibus nobis in saecula saeculorum. Amen.